I'm gonna cover this for a hot minute because it's so good. It's so good. Twitter is imploding. But there's something really interesting about what's happening here. So basically, um, Hasanabi is covering the story where a parody account, based on the new rules that Elon Musk has put in place, you pay $8 and you can have a verified account. So somebody set up a fake Eli Lilly account, which is a manufacturer of insulin, and started this account, paid the $8, and said that insulin will be free, which started a whole other debate. But as a result, some healthcare stocks tumbled. Now he's also saying that there might have been other mitigating factors that would have potentially crashed the healthcare market, but he says something interesting right here, and let me see if I can pull back far enough.
Them. More people know insulin's discovery is funded with our money. I don't know. For the record, I don't think that this is like, I want to believe, okay, I want to believe that this tweet played a role, okay? I want to. Do I actually believe that this tweet is the reason why Eli Lilly and all these other fucking stocks are tanking? No. There's always plenty more happening behind the scenes that play a role in a downward trend in every sector. I don't think that this was the catalyst. I'm sure that there are other market conditions at play here. You know, you would have to analyze the entirety of the healthcare industry and how the healthcare stocks are doing. You'd have to look at like how pharma stocks are performing at the moment. Strong statement from the FTC, by the way.
Fuck's sake. Hang on. Of course.
Strong statement from the FTC, by the way. Following the security and privacy departures at Twitter, we are tracking recent developments at Twitter with deep concern. No CEO or company is above the law, and companies must follow our consent decrees. Our revised consent order gives us new tools to ensure compliance, and we are prepared to use them. Holy fuck. Also, just a reminder to those watching the rapid changes to check marks on Twitter, that new consent order requires Twitter to assess the privacy and security risks of any product changes or new features. The departures are also attracting scrutiny in Europe, where rules require companies to have data protection officers. Spokesperson for the Irish Data Protection Commission tells me it's seeking more information. Another big
Okay, so that's where it gets really interesting, because I have worked for a couple of different global conglomerates as a proposal writer, and I've had to go through training about import export policy. And I'll tell you straight up, if you get dinged in another country, that really fucks up your business. That is some bad shit, because they love coming after businesses that are not local. So if American businesses are getting, like Twitter or whoever is getting dinged in foreign countries, that is going to fuck them up so severely that is Twitter might not be around past the new year if he's fucking it up this severely.
Archer Yoel Roth, Twitter's head of safety and integrity, has left. Under Musk, Yoel became the public face of the company's content moderation efforts, especially around the midterms. Musk has now emailed employees saying that the company will do whatever it takes to adhere to both the letter and the spirit of the FTC consent decree. Anything you read contrary is absolutely false. Big business started losing money. They might actually bring down the hammer this time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Remember, folks, you steal from the poor, you'll get rich.
Well,
You steal.
I'll just leave it at that, really. That Elon Musk apparently was able to jump on some businesses that made him a lot of money, because he, like Hasanabi was saying earlier in this video, which I'll drop the link to the video, but he was saying that he spawned from a good place, right? Like he started off from a rich family. Like, I think he said it was like an emerald farmer family or some such shit like that. He had money and resources, and there are a lot of people who are smarter than him who die poor. The reality is that this idiot he's kind of right up there with Donald Trump. where he lived a very privileged lifestyle. He doesn't really know how to run businesses. And so he misses details like this, where you cannot fuck around with international law or it could completely screw up your entire corporation, especially if you are a global corporation. And when it comes to social media, they are global corporations. They are hoping to get subscribers in every country across the planet that they're allowed to do business with. And that's part of it too. That's one of the import export laws, is that there are certain boycotted countries that we're not allowed to do business with because of, whatever, our trade agreements and whatever our whatever's out there. That, like, for instance, Russia got banned while I was working for Morphotrack. Russia, actually, I don't know, it might have been earlier than that. It might have been a little bit earlier than that, when I was still at Toshiba, that when they annexed Crimea, they got put on the banned list again, despite the fact that we had been trying to open relations with them after the wall came down and, communism came down, and they had set up a different governmental system. We had tried to start doing business with them, but then they put a dictator in place. And when he invaded Crimea and tried to annex Crimea, they ended up back on the list, the ban list of companies that, countries that we could not do business with. And it was important to educate everybody who was doing proposals or doing, like, in sales or, any sort of business dealings, that, hey, you got to cut off all of your contacts right now from these countries that are on the banned list. So that was an important thing too. But the thing is, you don't want to end up. Okay, I don't know why she does that. You don't want to end up being on. You don't want to end up being a company that gets on a banned list, because, and it can easily happen, because a lot of these countries are just looking for some sort of technicality to ban you, because they would rather elevate their own businesses, their own economy. And they don't like it when other countries come in with their businesses, but then do something that is basically fucking over their people. And that's where Twitter is landing right now. And it sounds like it's because Elon Musk is so fucking ignorant and so privileged that he didn't realize this sort of shit could happen.